So what are some of the challenges that you're seeing with brick and mortar? Because obviously the pandemic hit a lot of businesses, and I know that was probably challenging for you as well.
Yeah.
And so I'm just wondering, like we talked about it a little bit earlier, but brick and mortar, you still believe in it, but what are the challenges that you're facing right now?
Yeah, like Shop 20 was, we opened in 2018. So if you think about it, like Shop 20 is like a COVID business. Like,
true.
We're a COVID business.
Year and then went right into COVID.
Yeah, like half of our business, half the time we've been in business is COVID. So that to me was actually a blessing, because I couldn't imagine being an established business and then having to make this adjustment. I think that's why a lot of businesses have closed. The mall's closing and literally having to shift online was a big thing for us. Yeah. The mall is closing and still having to pay rent was a big thing.
So you had to pay the rent the whole time, or was it subsidized?
No, I mean, yes. So the government was helping. Yeah. Like we did get government assistance in that sense. Yeah. But 60%. So like the 40% still has to come from somewhere. Yeah. And you're not open. Yeah. So it was tough.
So you relied on your online sales to cover that, I'm guessing.
Yes, pretty much for the most part. And then to be honest, like when COVID ended, we had a lot. We like Shop 20 is in a lot of debt.
Okay.
Just like being completely honest with you, because of COVID, and still in a lot of debt because there's all these, it's like at the time you're like, yeah, I can get that. I can get that. I can get that. You have to pay all this back. Yeah. So these are things that we're paying back now that like we've taken a lot of different assistances that we needed to just survive during that time, that now it's like that money's gone. It's done spent. Yeah. Geez. And we got to pay it back. Yeah. You have to pay it back.
Is that with interest as well?
Well, a lot of with the government stuff and the, the CBUS and stuff, a lot of it is like low interest. So that's the good thing, but you still have to pay that money back. Okay. Yeah. So that was the struggle. Yeah, I just wasn't sure. But you see, for me, I'm a little different in that way. So for me as a businesswoman, I'm like, this is when I opened Sherway in Hamilton. I opened it during COVID.
Okay, why? So what was the thought process towards that?
Because I feel like you can make the decision to either be on defense or offense. And so for me, I was like, I'm going to be on offense. Okay. This is when I could get a good deal.
Oh yeah,
this is when like, nobody's going in the malls right now. Like
they can negotiate your rent prices.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's sort of where my thought process lied during COVID. Okay. And so we expanded during COVID.
Oh, geez.
And like, those are the 2 locations that we did. Now those 2 locations are closed. Yeah. Definitely great learning experiences. I wouldn't take it back. But yeah, I was expanding during COVID. I was on offense for sure.
That's
definitely on offense. Didn't want to just sit back and just let COVID beat me,
So in 2020 hindsight, now looking back, how do you feel about those moves?
Okay, so so I went through an experience where, so all of the deals I did, so Bramalea, Pickering, and not me, this is O'Neill, who does our business development. He's the one who negotiates all of our deals. Okay. Shout out O'Neill. So Bramalea, Pickering, Oshawa, Scarborough, all great deals, got great rents. Yeah. Great. When it came to Sherway and Hamilton, which was like Cadillac Fairview, this was my first experience. I'm going to say, hope I don't get in trouble. Hopefully like too many people don't see this, but that was our first experience of, I'm going to say like
racism?
No, like corporate mafia.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Is what I'm going to say. I think they picked, like, obviously we're a young, small business. I think that they picked up on the excitement. I think they picked up on the lack of knowledge that we may have had or not have had, and they capitalized on it, and they got us to sign a deal that was too expensive and was too high. Yeah. But with the excitement and the, oh my God, more locations, more grow.